Hi everybody, I'm JT. Welcome to another video from me here at Campervan Journey, and we are just about to head off on our first exciting adventure of 2024 to the French Alps. Here in Salisbury it's 10 degrees, pouring with rain, pretty miserable to be fair, so hopefully the journey down to the Alps is going to see us head towards some better conditions for skiing. We've got a fair old way to go before we get there, about 750 miles, so hopefully we'll have an uneventful trip. But stick around, enjoy the video, and we'll see you in the Alps. Eurotunnel, here we come. Stage 1. You have arrived with a half an hour earlier booking. Okay, so after a very wet, miserable, blowy journey from Salisbury all the way around the M25, loads of standing water, quite a lot of heavy rain, we have arrived at the Eurotunnel terminal in Folkestone. We were booked in for around about 20 past 10, and we've been offered an earlier train time, which is great. So we've got a booking which is about half an hour earlier, which is fantastic for no extra charge. So we'll get checked onto that, and hopefully that will all run to time. It's not particularly busy here this evening. It's a Thursday, so we're tracking perhaps a day ahead of the half-term traffic, but noticeable having an awful lot of campervans and motorhomes here. So I think there's probably a lot of people doing the same as what we're doing and making that trip down through France to the Alps. We'll spend a little bit of time here just getting a little bit of rest, and then we'll freshen up and be ready to board the train in about half an hour. So there we are, all loaded on the train after a very wet and soggy journey. So it's UK time about 20 past 10, and we should be arriving in France, French time, just to get us right, about midnight. We're going to try and drive for 2 or 3 hours, find an area to stop at to get a few hours sleep overnight, and then head on down to the Alps tomorrow, hopefully making good time if the traffic is nice and clear. Woohoo! See you later, losers. One day it won't work.
That will be sad. We'll be the losers then.
So good morning everybody. It is 6:30 a.m. We are at a French air about 2 hours down into France from the Eurotunnel. We stopped here overnight in the California, about 4 hours, 5 hours sleep I think it is that we've had. It's really blustery. We're on quite high up. This particular air is one that we've stayed at before. I'll put the name of it down on the screen. But the facilities, it's not very exciting, it's not very glamorous, it's not a fancy park up, but the facilities are good, they're clean, they're open all night, and there's lots of lighting as well, so it feels nice and safe. So we've just, as I said, stopped here for the night to break up the journey. We've got about, according to Google Maps, about 8 hours journey time from here to Bourg-Saint-Maurice. So we'll split that up in two separate, probably 2, maybe 3 stints. So we've just packed everything up. I think we've all managed to get a reasonable amount of sleep. So I'm feeling fresher and ready for the next step of the journey. But as you can see, it's really blustery, but it's mild. The rain has stopped. Heading towards the mountains, it's going to get colder, but whether we'll see any snow, we'll find out. Maybe it's time to go and find a pan au chocolat. I wonder if the cafe's open.
Life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out.
So the other thing we need to do, which is very important to kick us going for the day, is to get a pan au chocolat and a coffee. So hopefully the bakery is open and we can pick up a freshly baked pan au chocolat. And the coffee from the French autoroute station machines is also pretty good, so just grab a little one of those as well.
Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way.
This is one of the most important parts of travelling through France, or just any trip to France, a pan au chocolat. And this is a service station one, and it's very nice. We are ici, about halfway on our trip in terms of total mileage, and time now is around about 9 o'clock French time, and all being well, we should be in Bourg-Saint-Maurice early afternoon, as long as traffic is on our side. How are we doing, Harry?
I'm okay.
How's the trip?
It's long.
It's long. Well, we're halfway.
Yes.
We're halfway, so hopefully we'll be there
Soon.
early afternoon. Good news is that the French autoroutes at the moment are nice and quiet. Traffic has been good, so all being well, that will continue that way. At least you got your book to read.
Yes, at least I've got my book.
Where are we now? on the map over there it says vous êtes ici.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. That's where we are now. We are on the A5.
Chaumont.
Chaumont is the nearest town.
Chaumont or Langres.
According to the Chateau Vian. We've been here before.
What, this very...
This very one, yeah.
Okay, so it's mushrooms.
I recognise the name, Chateau Vian. Next stop, Beaune for fuel. And then maybe I'll brush my teeth in as well.
Yeah.
Lots of my viewers like the fact that you read a proper map.
To know where I am.
Where you are.
Because on there, all you get is like
I know.
a mile. A square mile.
Where are we?
France.
France. Let's narrow it down a bit and be a bit more specific than just France.
We've just gone past Geneva.
We
Just past Lyon.
we passed Lyon on the heading towards Chambray. Chambray is the next waypoint on our journey, and then once we get to Chambray we turn left and head up into the Alps. The weather is still pretty grotty, but we couldn't hold out any longer, so we've stopped to have some illegal bacon which is well needed because we're all quite peckish after our trip now. So this is the reality of travelling in a camper van in this time of year. So there's no Instagram filters, no Photoshop blue skies. This is rainy, drizzly, 12 degrees. We've already tried 3 different stops because they were too windy. This one's a bit more sheltered. We're down in a bit of a valley, but we couldn't wait any longer before we had our lunch. So gonna have a nice bacon roll, and then hopefully we've got just another couple of hours before we get to Volkswagen. So we have a pitch book for overnight. A sweet tea. So we were just enjoying our lunch there, and Harry said so far the trip seems to be going mostly to plan. So we were curious as to which part wasn't going to plan.
I forgot what I said.
I think it was just the weather
Yeah, it was the weather, and that I was quite hungry.
and that you were hungry. So we've dealt with the hungriness. As a weather we can't do much
I wasn't
about.
living off of my pan of chocolate.
You weren't living off your pan of chocolate that you had at 6 o'clock this morning. So yeah, so weather we can't do anything about. If it was snowing and not raining, that would be better, but it's not, it's raining. But as Claire said, we were making better progress with our travel as well. So hopefully,
It might be snow.
we will continue to make good progress for the rest of this afternoon. So it's 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and we're on the final approach to Bourg-Saint-Maurice on the N90 Route Nationale. And we've either been very skillful or very lucky in that we've absolutely sailed through the last stretch, which is normally a nightmare. I don't think we've ever done this journey in daylight, and we've had no hold-ups at all in the usual hotspots around Albertville, Chambray, all the usual places where it gets very busy. So normally this trip, this last bit, is in darkness. We don't get to see the mountains. We can see the mountains, we can see the snow on the mountains, but it's still quite warm. It's 10 degrees outside, there's no snow at, you can see at this level, but we've been really lucky with the trip in. This is our first traffic queue since the M25.
What, the M25 back in?
Yeah. I think it is, isn't it? Here we go. Right. 20 past 4. How about that? Harry, you were right. Okay, so we found our pitch. We're on pitch number 15. We're not on a hard standing pitch for tonight, but it's just for one night now here at the campsite before we move across to our cabin for the rest of the week. Plenty of space. There's quite a few people here, quite a few English people, so maybe say hello to a few whilst we're staying. But yeah, got ourselves set up, popped off with the boys to go and grab us a nice cup of tea or something, and then we'll just have a nice relaxing evening here. So it's a little bit disappointing that there's no snow on the ground here at campsite level. Doesn't feel cold, doesn't feel wintry. It's about 11, 12 degrees, but has been unusually mild the whole of the Alps over the last few weeks. So it may get colder next week. Forecast is for it to get colder and potentially for them to be some snow in the week, but we shall see. This time last year when we were here, we were setting up and it was -8 degrees. Bit of a difference. So pitch, as I said, is good size, all set up. Electric hookup included. There's probably more space here than down on the hard standing area because there's quite a few vans down there. They are packed in quite cosily. Yeah, should do us for the night. Just need to decide what we're going to have for tea. So after 2 nights and 750 plus miles of travelling in our California down to Bourg Saint-Maurice here in the French Alps, we are finishing up this video, stage 1 of our trip. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give us the thumbs up and click the button to subscribe, and join us for stage 2 of our trip when we make the move and transition to one of these. Now, some of you might think that's a bit of a cop-out for moving out of California, but trust me, 4 people staying in California for a week skiing, I don't think it's going to work, not for us, but some of you might be braver or better at it than we are, but we're very much looking forward to a week with a log burner, central heating, and a lovely view. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.